Hola chicos, so hoy es viernes, today is Friday. I want to give you a couple of things as this week goes on. You're going to have a full sub week. Monday's an e-learning, but I want to give you a couple tidbits of what it's going to look like when we come back. Okay, so a couple things here, a couple of when I'm gone need to knows. I'm going to be gone from Friday the 4th until Friday the 11th. And then all your work is going to be on Canvas. Except for today, which is Friday, you're going to get a little bit of a handout today, okay? Otherwise, you can always find a lesson like this video on today's Canvas. So if you haven't yet, please ask the sub once you're done with this video to go ahead and pass out this sheet of paper. It says, did you get it? And the back has some cats, okay? You need this sheet of paper because you're going to turn it in physically once we're done with this lesson. We're going to go over it digitally here, and you're going to turn it in physically to the tray. So, but otherwise, all your other work is going to be on Canvas. All of it that you can find every day, you're going to turn them in there. Then your review materials, I would say when you have free time, if you get done with a lesson, either be looking over your late missing work or go over our vocab and our grammar. So our classroom stuff, our different school subjects, our AR verbs, be looking over those. And then if you have late or missing work, you can email those to me. Please do not email me the work for this coming week when I'm gone, but you can email me things that were before, maybe when you were absent, if it's the AR conjugation chart, anything that you have a 0 in. 0 means it's been graded and you didn't have it. If it has nothing in, that means that I have not graded the classes yet, okay? So, these red things are really important here. We have Monday the 14th is when you're gonna get your study guide. That's the first day I'm gonna be back. That is our last week of school. So the 14th, you're gonna get your study guide. Tuesday, Wednesday, the first block day for that class, that is when the study guide is going to be due. We're going to review the study guide, and then you're going to take your test over the AR verbs, over our classroom vocabulary, and over all that stuff that we talked about, okay? And then Thursday, Friday, that last block day before we go on break, that is going to be a make up your work day, okay? So a lot of us have not good grades because it's been a hot mess with people being gone, people being quarantined. So you guys need to, we're gonna take that day to get that work caught up because we need to catch up, okay? Because once the quarter is over on the 18th, like it's been saying on Canvas every single day, 18th is the last day I'm gonna take any work. Then I have a few days to grade it, get it up, and try and get our grades in before Christmas. But grades are not due for us teachers until January, like when we're close to coming back, okay? So, but we're not accepting any work past the 18th. 18th is the cutoff, okay? Now, classroom expectations, phones, you're not allowed to have, okay? So no phones in class. The sub has a note that you're not supposed to have it. They have a note to give you a break for your phones in the middle of class like we normally do, on the block days at least. And then you do need to stay in your assigned seats. I know that's probably really frustrating, but you need to stay in your assigned seats, and we've probably already talked about this the day that I saw you, but because of contact tracing. Now, so you need to have this handout, the did you get it, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and go through it. It's gonna be up on the board here, and we're going to walk through it and give you a little of review, okay? This is class A, right? Hold on. Okay, so we're talking about the verb estar. So the conjugations, this is going to be on your test, estar and our verb ser. So we have estoy, estás, está, estamos, estáis, están. Now, you need to make sure that you know which one of these goes with the subject pronoun. That estoy only fits with yo. It doesn't fit with anything else. And it translates to I am, okay? So estoy is I am. Tú estás, you are. He or she is. We are. Y'all are from Spain, and they are, and you guys, plural you, like as if you're talking to a group of people, okay? You guys are. So we have all these conjugations. Remember that we have the verb ser, which means the exact same thing, but ser is used for different instances. Remember, we have our doctor and our place. We're talking about place, position, location, action, emotion, condition and emotion, excuse me. So we have location we're gonna work on a little bit with our practice. And have a star, and we'll see that in our practice today with feelings and location, but you don't have to know any of our feelings for the test because we have not worked with feelings at all. Happy, sad, depressed, relaxed. You don't need to know any of those. You'll see them on the practice today, but you do not need to know them for the test, okay? So basically today, you don't have this on your handout. This is the first part of the handout, but you have pages 2 and 3, and that's what we're going to get to. Now, at the end of class, you're going to turn this in filled out. So all you have to do is watch this video, fill out the answers, and turn it in, okay? So that is what we're going to be working on. I'm going to move this down. So we're actually going to jump straight to part 2. You do not need to do part 1, okay? So if you're at part 1, you can put a little X over it, okay? Because we're just doing part 2. So what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video, take a second, and fill this out. If I'm looking at tú, what conjugation of a star would I write? If I'm looking at Miguel, what conjugation of a star would I write? If I'm looking at usted, mi hermanos y yo. Mi hermanos means my brothers, or my siblings, we'll say brothers. All right, so I'm going to give you a second. I'm going to fill this out, and then I'm going to go through it orally, okay? I'm not going to write it out. I just want you to fill it in as I say it orally, okay? So take a second, fill these out, and then we will go through them. So go ahead and pause the video. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go through this. So make sure that you check your work as we go through. I got to stay away so you can still see it. So our first one, number 1, says, tú estás cansado. Say estás. Now, I'm actually going to write all of our conjugations over here so that I can point to them. All right, so number 1 is estás right here. Tú estás. Sorry, that's number 1. Number 1 is estás. Number 2, Miguel está contento. Está. Miguel, because he's a singular person. So he is not getting anything plural. These are singular, these are plural. So Miguel está contento. Number 3 is usted está contento. Usted está contento, or nervioso. Wow, I really can't read, chicos. Usted está nervioso, because usted is a formal you, and we use that for singular he, she, or you formal. Now, number 4 is a little bit trickier. It says mis hermanos y yo, my siblings or my brothers and I are calm. So since you're talking about someone else and yourself, you need to use estamos. So mis hermanos y yo estamos tranquilos, okay, is what you should have in the blank. Now, number 5 is yo estoy triste. Yo estoy triste, I am sad. Number 6, now, when it's in question form, like number 6 and number 9, you actually have to look at the end of the blank to find the subject. So on number 6, we're looking at ellas, and number 9, we're looking at tú. So 6 for ellas, we have están. Say están. Ooh, there should be an accent mark on están. I apologize for that. There should be an accent mark on están. So we have 6 is están ellas enojadas. Are they, the girls, mad? Are they mad over there? Number 7, we have the boys are content or happy. So los chicos están, same thing. 6 and 7 are the same. Están contentos. Now, number 8, we have Ana y yo. Again, like number 4, when you're talking about someone else and yourself, you use the we form, which is going to be estamos. Ana y yo estamos tristes. Number 9 is, are you nervous? So we have tú is in our blank here, so we're going to say estás. Tú, or estás tú nervioso? Are you nervous? Now, lastly, we have, are you guys tired? So you guys is plural you, which means we're going to use están. Están cansados. You guys are tired. So again, are we doing feelings or emotions for this test? No, we are not. You do not need to know these, but you can use the word am, is, or are for so many things, and this is just one example of how you can do it, okay? But on your test, you're going to have to do it with locations, which is what we're going to do next, okay? So we're going to move on here. So this next part, it says, complete the sentence and describe where the people are. So Ana, in number 1, it looks like she is in the cafeteria if you look at the picture. So you're going to say, you can actually just keep writing it like they started the sentence. Ana está en la cafeteria.
cafeteria.
Ana is in the cafeteria, okay? So we use está because it's singular, she is in the cafeteria. If you can't remember some of our little words like in or the or of or from or even some of these subject pronouns, then you can look at the word wall, which should be to your right, okay? So if I'm pointing, it should be right over there, okay? On that wall, you should be able to see it. It should have all of the different things that you need. And we also have dictionaries, diccionarios on the other side to your left over by the little baby Christmas tree, okay? So now we have mis amigos y yo, my friends and I. Now, I don't think you guys have this one on your vocab list. This is a pasillo. This is a hallway, okay? So you're gonna say, my friends and I are in the hallway. Mis amigos y yo estamos, and it's masculine, en el pasillo. Now, the next one we have gym is number 3, library is number 4, bathroom is number 5, which we should know is just baño, and number 6 is the principal's office. I don't think we have that on our list, so I will write it in for you. We have oficina del director. Almost looks like the director's office. So take a second and fill in 3, 4, 5, and 6 for sentences that make sense, and we'll go through them in just a second. Pause the video if you need more time. All right, so here for number 3, we have I am in the gym. Yo estoy en el gimnasio. I am in the gym. Yo estoy en el gimnasio. Now the next one is the students. Their students are in the library. Los estudiantes, plural, we're saying they están en la biblioteca. The students are in the library. Now, number 5 is you formal with usted. Not ustedes plural, but usted. So, you are in the bathroom. Usted está en el baño. Now, number 6, we have oficina del director. So we want to say she is in the the principal's office, which looks like director's office. So we're going to say ella está en la oficina del director. All right. Hopefully there's not any questions with this. You will need to know your locations. Now, you only need to know the locations that are on your vocab list on page 76 of your book, okay? You do not need to know if we don't have hallway on there. You don't need to know it. If we don't have the principal's office on there, you don't need to know it. Only the ones that are on there, okay? But you will need to be able to write sentences like this for our test, okay? And you'll see that on our study guide. But you also have the need to know packet that I handed out to you on Wednesday, Thursday of this week. If you did not get that packet, ask a friend if you can see what it looks like, and there should be extra copies up on my desk, okay? So, again, feel free to reach out if you have questions with me. I may or may not be able to check my email for this coming week on and off, depending where I have Wi-Fi and if I'm not involved in the family wedding, if nothing's going on then, okay? So, hope that makes sense. We're going to move on to the next page here. Oops. All right, it says, where's the cat? Use each word from the box only once the first one is done for you. So it gives you an idea. The cat is under the desk. And so you are not going to, you might need our notes for this because I'm going to give you what these words mean. You should probably be able to find them on page 76, but I'm going to write them in just in case. So encima de is on top of, delante de is in front of, cerca de is close to, behind, below, and far. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and debajo is already used for, so I'm actually going to cross off debajo. Okay, and we already used desk, escritorio, so we want to say where the cat is. Now, because if I said the cat is in a certain location, then you could just say every time, el gato está. Okay, is how you're going to start every single sentence. But notice here that they just used está in your example. Now, the reason they did that is because cat is a singular it. Now, since we know that all of your sentences are about the cat, you can actually just get rid of el gato and start every sentence with está. Okay? So this is using a mix of your vocab on page 76, which as of right now, you do not need to know these for the test, okay? But you do need to know your different objects for school, and you need to be able to use the verb estar. Okay, so there's a little bit of practice with that. So the second one, we have the cat is behind the map. So we have el mapa right here. We already have the cat is with just it is, and then we want to say behind, which is detrás, está detrás del mapa. When you have the words de and el next to each other, you're going to contract them to del, okay? So pause the video, go ahead and do 3 to 6, and we'll jump back in just a second. All right, guys, so just to make sure that people aren't just pausing the video to get the answers and not actually walking it through with us, I'm just going to give these orally, okay? So I'm going to orally walk through it. Feel free to write them in and check your answers as we go through. So the next one, number 3, is the cat is next to or close to the backpack. So you're going to say, está cerca de la mochila. So number 3 is, está cerca de la mochila. So we crossed off this, we use mapa, we use mochila, and we use cerca de, okay? And we used in front of. All right, now number 4 is the cat is on top of the book. So we're going to say está encima de el libro. So number 4 is está encima de el libro. So go ahead and write that one in. All right, and then number 5, we have the cat is in front of the blackboard or whiteboard. So we said on top of, and we said, oh, I said libro. I'm sorry, it should be, number 4 should be cuaderno, not libro, okay? But if you put libro, that's okay. Or you can also use cuaderno because that's one of our options. It kind of looks like a book from far away, but it's a notebook. All right, number 5 says the cat is in front of the whiteboard. So we have el gato está delante de, which is this one right here, delante de el pizarrón. So, está delante de el pizarrón, okay, is number 5. Now, number 6, the last thing we have left is far from, and we have watch or clock. So we want to say, está lejos de el reloj is your sentence, okay? So double check your work. These are all oral answers in the video, okay? So if you didn't quite get those, then go back and listen to the video and you can write them in or check your answers. And that's actually all we're going to do. You can cross off, this is activity 4, so you can cross off activity 5 and turn it in. So a couple of things as a quick reminder as we wrap up here. This is our verb estar. You need to know your AR verbs and you need to know your school vocabulary, especially all the things from the handout that I gave you on the Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, it should be, the majority of you will have a pink little packet. If it's not pink, it's probably white, okay? So you need to know those things. Your study guide is going to be on Monday the 14th. Okay, and I'm going to show it to you right here. So Monday the 14th, you're getting your study guide. Tuesday, Wednesday, we're actually taking the test. So we'll check the study guide, go through it, answer any questions, take the test. And then Thursday, Friday is going to be our makeup day. So I hope that makes sense, chicos. Thanks for tuning in. This was your first day with the sub day. Enjoy your time. yeah, using this as kind of a self-study time, a self-independent practice time for the remainder of not only this week, today, Friday, but next week, all of next week as well, okay? And I'll be back on the 14th. Adios, chicos. Thanks for watching all the way to the end.